Afternoon, everybody. I'm bringing you on a hike through the Ozark Mountains. Technically, I'm on a road right now, but that's because I'm going to get my package from the mailbox that is a mile away from the homestead. So, even though it's rainy and gloomy, I'm making the hike. From the homestead, I dropped about 400 feet in elevation, and then I rose about 400 feet in elevation. Now, pause. This is a natural spring that's coming out of the mountainside here. Comes right across the road. There's thousands of those in the Ozarks, and it's what makes it a very, very easy spot to homestead. Kind of. It's also very rocky terrain. It's very hilly. It's not easy to build on, but it does provide you one resource that is a necessity to life, and it's water. On the homestead that I'm on, we have 4 different springs, I think. And one of them, we actually have what's called a house spring. Now, a house spring is what is known as a spring that comes out of the ground with enough force to actually give you water pressure through pipes. If you're looking to go homesteading and find a property, find you a property that has a spring like that, and you'll be golden. Everything else can be mitigated. You can build on uneven lands. You just have to use stilts and stuff. But I'm going to pause for a second. I'm going to let you see if you can hear the creek from here. It'll be right down the hillside there. You can't see it, but I can hear it. It's nature's white noise, and I don't even have to pay for it. No app can sound like that. Now, here's another fun fact about the Ozark National Forest and the Ozark Mountain here. Back in the day, the homesteaders, along with the Indians, knew that fire was a good thing for the forest. That's why, if you see, this isn't very dense. It's because they do controlled burns in the National Forest here in Ozarks. California could learn something. You could actually go online right now and look up the planned burns for the Ozark National Forest. And it's because they don't want a fire to happen that is incredibly devastating and detrimental and uncontrollable. Now, I'm about to walk by a really old homestead, and I want to show it to you, but I also want to respect people's privacy. So I'm going to zoom in on one thing that I think is really cool on the property, and then y'all are just going to have to believe me that it's truly a beautiful house. I believe it has 8 rooms. Nobody lives there, but they do use it as a hunting spot. They have family gatherings here. There's a lot of old properties up here that aren't necessarily used on a daily basis. Nobody's homesteading them anymore, but they are kept in the family. If this gives you an idea of how old this homestead is, that's what you need to know. Now, Jeannie's actually friends with the owners of that place. And since I'm going to be here at least 6 months, someday I'm hoping that maybe she can get them to give me a tour of the place, because I like architecture, I like old stuff, I like history. I can only imagine the type of history that's inside that house. Now, I think I got another quarter mile from here to get to the mailbox. I don't know. You know what, it is what it is. Some of you might be wondering why I'm not talking to my dog. I didn't bring him with me on this hike. Because this is a road through other properties. Some people have dogs that they don't keep on chains. And those dogs out here are meant to protect their property. And I'm not trying to have Boots get in a fight with a dog that's only trying to protect its space. Boots' recall is really good, and I can call him off of a chase or an animal. But since he's been on this homestead, he's got rolled by other dogs there, because they got 2 Great Pyrenees, and then they got another dog that's a guardian dog. Well, Boots is in the mindset of, all right, I'll take it from you guys, but I ain't taking it from nobody else. And let's be real, he's part dingo, or at least his ancestors were. So he got the fight in him. 10 toes down, he will stand on business. 20 toes down, actually, because he's a dog. Yeah, and he's still got his dew claw, so 24 down. And I definitely don't want to stab a dog that's only trying to protect his property. But I would, and I didn't come out to the woods without protection. Now, this is really kind of more for bears, because I want to be the next guy people talk about killing a bear with a 4-inch blade. There's a guy up in Alaska who did it. Legend. He killed a grizzly. I only got black bears down here, but won't take them on. You know, I was just thinking here while I'm walking. Last year, this time, I was in a homeless tent camp in St. Paul, Minnesota. And I walked daily, miles and miles and miles and miles. So this, right now, this is a peaceful walk. This is a peaceful hike. This is a healing hike. I'm literally not walking in order to survive right now. I'm not walking just to be able to stay warm and not freeze to death. Because I've been there. I did that for quite a while. Minnesota is very unforgiving on the homeless. Mother Nature does not care whether or not you live or die. She'll just use your body to decompose and feed the other insects and, you know, the rest of her. I've been doing a lot of reflecting on my time in the tent camp and in the shelter, and I realized that I shut myself down from having emotions because emotions are not conducive to survival. It's dumb. You can't feel. Just move on. Go deal with whatever you have to deal with. And I spent so much time with that mindset that it's hard to get away from. You know, Jeannie, bless her heart, she's been through a lot of life, and she's had a lot of similar experiences to myself. She's a Navy vet, for one. I'm not a vet, but I did sign my contract for the Marine Corps, so we have the service mentality in common. Jeannie did end up homeless for a time being. So she knows what that survival instinct is that I'm currently trying to get away from. But most of all, Jeannie's a grandma. And that's who Jeannie's being to me. I don't have my grandparents. I don't have my mom. My dad is non-existent. The rest of my family is non-existent. I'm out here truly alone and with my dog, and that's it. So being accepted and brought in by Jeannie and her husband means the world to me. Go follow your dreams. No matter what anybody says, go follow your damn dream. Because when you get there, everything else will fall into place.